Francesca, we've been really looking forward to seeing Protectionist actually at the races. You've had a look at him at Werribee. How does he look?
Oh, he looks an absolute picture. He's a stunning looking horse. And what's quite key is that he's, by all accounts, settled quite well in the tie-ups, which is something we don't do back in Europe. His form is hard to beat. He's from 8 runs. He's never finished out of the first 3. He's got the top weight. Sea Moon won this with top weight last year. The only thing is he doesn't have to win here today to get a start in the Melbourne Cup. So, I don't know. He's definitely one you can't avoid, though.
For sure. If you win 3 Group 1, Simon, you've got to be a decent horse, and Sangster included in those 3 Group 1s is a Victoria Derby.
Yes, Bruce. He's got a sticky gait today. He'll go back, but geez, what an eye-catcher it was last start at the Valley when he just got held up. Now, look at the size of the boy. He's furnished into a beautiful, big staying type. He loves the conditions here. And Sea Moon, Hugh Bowman, he won on this tour. He won on Sea Moon, so Hugh knows how to get around here and win this type of race, but he has trained right on.
And what about Bonfire? He'd had a very good record in England before he came out here, and I thought he was pretty good at Caulfield last start.
You need someone on the other side. You need someone on the other side.
And as you can see, he's just walking up towards me now. He's got the crossover noseband on today. He's not a big horse. We just were walking beside Sangster. And you can see this guy here. He's not a big horse, but he's got a great engine. So he needs to roll out in front, and he needs to make this a real staying test. He's trained to the minute by Gay. Got him looking very well. See the bandages on the back ankles again. Obviously does nick himself when he gallops, but there's no stress there.
Well, Francesca, you've sorted out the strapper. You've got him on the right side with Lord Van Persie. How does the horse look?
He's such a funny little horse, this one. He's so kind of aggressive, and he just can't wait to get on with things. He's like, come on, what's all this faffing around? Let me at them. You know, they've been very pleased with him at Werribee, and he's a horse that has just done nothing but improve in every one of his starts. And I think he's going to love the conditions here today. Fast ground, rough and tumble race. I think he's right in it.
Well, Richard, you've got a better memory than me. Let's Make a Deal last year nearly fell at the Judge the first time in this race and ran 4th.
It was a good run last year. You know, Let's Make a Deal's never won beyond 1,600 metres. I know they keep testing her as a stayer, and Nigel Blackson, a very good trainer of stayers, but I've just got to see her do something. She hasn't won for a long time.
Well, the next one is a winner, Unchain My Heart, but she's a winner of Flemington generally. She's won a couple of Ramsons and a Bagot.
Yeah, she's won up to the 3,200 metres. You wouldn't think Unchain My Heart's the distance would be any problem at all here. It's just a matter of the class. Is Unchain My Heart up to the class? I'm not sure she is.
Francesca, help us with Mars Marvel. He won the St Ledger, the oldest classic in the world, over in England. But he's not going as well as he was last year, I don't think.
Well, I think you've just summed it up there, Bruce. Since winning the... He hasn't done anything over here in Australia. Looking at him, he looks in pretty good condition, but he's going to have to show me something a bit more to feature here.
No, fair enough. He was in the Cox Plate in the Melbourne Cup last year. Richard, Ancient King. Now, he was 3rd in the Italian Derby. Look, he did win at Flemington in May.
Yeah, that was over 2,800 metres on a slow track in May. I think here on a good track in the springtime at Caulfield, Ancient King is severely tested.
Simon, big memories, another one of these French horses that Tony McAvoy's gone and bought. He actually won the Moonee Valley Night Cup earlier this year.
He's had 2 very good runs back, now the 2,400 metres and the 53 kilos. Tick, tick and tick. Now, there's also a gear change. Now, zoning on his mouth there, please, Glenn. Have a look at him. He's got a tongue tie on, that band underneath his jaw. He's having a good chew and he's having a good feel about it. He's not 110% happy about it, but it's to keep his tongue under the bridle. Yes, thank you. Hello and good luck. He's just given me the nod.
Good stuff, mate. Hey, Simon, what about sign-off? He won 6 out of 7 in his first prep. I reckon the jury's out. We find out today where he's at.
Yeah, geez, he's trained at the minute here, Bruce. 2,400 metres, 2,400 metres, folks. 2,400 metres. That's what he gets today. That's what he needs. His last 2 runs have been absolutely sensational. He got into the wrong spot last start at Moonee Valley. Caulfield, watch for Glenn Boss to ride him up on the speed and make this a true staying test and then sneak into a Caulfield Cup if he can win it.
Another horse for OTI, who you're so closely involved with, Francesca, is Renew. Fill us in on this fella.
Yeah, but he's been a bit frustrating this year in England. He's kind of had a bit of an interrupted preparation, and the key to this horse is that he wants firm ground, and that's what he's going to get today. He also wants a real trip. So Chris Simons has drawn in barrier 14, which is not ideal. So barrier 14, Chris, what do you think you're going to do from there?
I think from 14 we're going to roll forward, and we're just going to take our time. We've got a long way to that first bend, so hopefully the luck's going our way and we can obviously get outside the leader, or even better, the 1-1.
Now, his form in England's quite hard to assess, but you've ridden him at Werribee. What do you think?
Yeah, his work's been terrific. If he runs up to his work, he'll be right in it.
Great, good luck.
Oh, that's great stuff. Richard, Albonetti is in career best form.
No doubt about that. Sue Yench trains the Albonetti at Narracourt in South Australia, and Albonetti won 3 starts back. She won a 1,500-metre race, and then the next 2 runs have been at longer distances, finishing up with 4th in the naturalism. Now, Albonetti was an eye-catcher there. Just one question for me. Albonetti's in concussion plates for the first time. That's a special sort of plate they put on their feet, usually with horses with some sort of issue that the trainer is trying to manage. Just a little proviso there.
Well, she's from the southeast of South Australia, now from Kangaroo Island, just off South Australia. Part of South Australia, obviously, is waltzing to win.
Yeah, and ran 4th in the Bart Cummings. That was over the 2,500 metres. Hasn't won beyond 2,000 metres.
To run. Herbert Power, waltzing to win, getting a little upset in the barriers. Settling down, they're away and racing. Protectionist a little slow with Lord Van Persie. Unchained My Heart slow to move immediately over their heels early. And Bonfire is the first out. Sign off from an outside stall with Renew. Both began fast, and Sangster is up on the speed in the early part with Waltzing to Win and Big Memory holding a good place on the inside. Bonfire has the lead down to the judge though. Coming over is Sign Off to get up into second place. He just has to go a little bit wide because he was starting to cramp. Sangster for room, so he covers ground still on the outside there. He's got up now to be second, so it's Bonfire, Sign Off, and third on the inside, Big Memory, and Renews round the outside to fourth, and Sangster's a length away fifth. Waltzing to Win next on the inside, 1.5 clear then from Protectionist, who's being passed on the outside by Let's Make a Deal. 1.5 further back is Albonetti, Masked Marvel. Down on the inside, Lord Van Persie, he's gone back to be third last, and then came Ancient King and Unchained My Heart at the back of the field, running up the side now, near the 1,400 metres, and Bonfire the leader, a length and a half clear. Renew is second, and they're being followed on the inside in third placing Big Memory, a length and a half away to Sign Off, now getting a beautiful trail. He's fourth on the outside with a bit of cover, being followed by Waltzing to Win at the 1,200 metres. Next in the field is Masked Marvel. He's 3 deep and just gradually working his way around the field, followed by Sangster as they go to the top of the track. 2 lengths further back is Let's Make a Deal. She's on the outside of Protectionist, and at the 1,000 metres they're being followed by Albonetti, Lord Van Persie, and then Ancient King, and Unchained My Heart is last of all. So the Herbert Power field, now headed by Bonfire, goes to the railway side, and he's out at the 800 metres, leading by about a length. Renew and Masked Marvel, who's covered ground. Just behind them, Big Memory, followed by Sign Off, urged along a little bit now by Boss, and then Waltzing to Win and Sangster about a length and a half. Protectionist making ground on the inside of Let's Make a Deal. Ancient King, Lord Van Persie, Albonetti, and Unchained My Heart is last. So Bonfire, the leader, left the fence, and Tommy Berry said thank you very much, and Big Memory darts up on the inside and dashes for home. Wants to lug badly around the home turn, though, all on the wrong leg completely is Big Memory. Coming on down the outside now is Sign Off and Bonfire, who got hampered as boxing on, and here comes Let's Make a Deal. She's storming home. Big Memory, the leader, from Sign Off and Let's Make a Deal. Big Memory clinging on. Sign Off and Let's Make a Deal are coming now. Big Memory hanging on. Does a lot wrong but wins it. Big Memory in from Sign Off, or Protectionist, a big eye catcher along the inside, or Let's Make a Deal, a photo for third. Lord Van Persie, his best work late as well, followed by Albonetti. Waltzing to Win, Unchained My Heart, Bonfire, who they were followed then by Ancient King. Renews well back, and so too is Sangster. He's back towards the end with Masked Marvel.
This is going to be fascinating because this horse got on the wrong leg on the turn. Now, will there be a protest or not? This is so Sign Off's 3 out. Big Memories on the inside. Sign Off out wider. Have a look at this. What do you reckon?
He changed stride a couple of times. He went from his inside. He's changed stride again there as well. He's really sort of, off balance, that horse, but he has crowded the horses outside him. Now watch this coming to the turn. He starts to hang here. The horse outside him cops a bump.
Watch his hindquarters. Watch his hindquarters.
Yep.
See how he just connects there with Bonfire twice. Yep. Sign off then gets pushed out. Another horse to a horse and a half. Glenn Boss will have a look at the replay of this before making a decision to protest.
He's coming out again now. You can see he's starting to wobble off the track again, Big Memory, and he gets close to sign off again. Don't know if they touch again on the line, but I thought he was holding him quite strongly. I think there'll probably be a protest. I doubt if it'll get up.